everything should be started. Get some test quality to make sure you guys can be heard.
Test, test, test.
So yes,
Best testicular manslaughter.
everything should be started.
That's my band name. Check out our new EP.
Nice. I like it.
It's on the dark web.
Stop it, Maya.
Sounds good to me. Blah blah blah. Set that up here. So, because I did tell other people, so it is a live stream format. So I will be looking at comments if people join. They've been informed. Give it a minute to prep everything.
I forget. Do you do this on YouTube or Twitch or?
Which,
Okay.
spoiler, this is probably gonna be my last year making it at least in video format. I might.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I'll probably still do like football shit, but this weekly upload, I can't do it anymore. I've never been good with schedules, and the fact that I've gone 10 years of this, it's insanity. But yeah,
That's still crazy to me.
10 years, and I've only had 9 different teams in these Super Bowls. Seattle's the 9th different team to make a Super Bowl in the 10 years I've been making these. Really puts into perspective the lack of parity we've had.
Yeah. I'm just glad we're looking at a different Patriots team. I like this one a lot more.
Exactly, and that's why people on Twitter need to stop complaining about, oh, it's the Patriots again. Yeah, well, this Patriots team is fun. We like
Yeah,
it.
this one has Drake May and Mike Vrabel, not Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Exactly. Alright. I'm gonna start it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Bowl 60 video season prediction, blah, blah, blah. I already butchered the title, but it's live, so no going back now. I'm your host, the Blind Canadian Cat, and for this one, why not add a little flair, a little spice? Bring in the crew from the Cat, Quag, Clay, and Dog group. Well, minus the Quag, since some of us are employed, I guess, so.
We're all employed. What are you talking about?
I'm employed too. I just got out early today.
We're just not working right now.
You both work mornings, I work third shift, someone works second shift, and that's why they can't be here.
True.
See, there. Now that's better.
They always
Thank you for clarifying for the audience.
Yes, everyone is employed. We all make lots of money, and we're showered in cash. That's why I gamble every week. Shit.
We make money doing the YouTube thing.
Money.
But yes, I'm here joined by my two favorite people. Longtime
Yes.
Browns fan, roommate, bestie for over 5 years, Amanda.
Hello.
And surprisingly, this might be the first time he's actually been on this channel, at least vocally. Give it up for the Nautical Clay Doll, aka Isaac, friend I've had since, this is 4 years now? About 4 years now.
My book.
And they're going to be joining me on breaking down this lovely Super Bowl and everything about it.
I'm just here to advertise my book. Buy my shit.
You don't have a book.
You have a book?
Don't have a book.
I could. Right now, I don't feel like it.
Cat, I'm trying to watch your stream so I can give you another viewer, but I can't figure out how to mute it. Hold on.
Just mute it.
I can't. Where's the button? I can't find the
mute
button.
the YouTube thing because you're trying to watch it through your phone while you're doing the call. So I don't think you can do that.
It's like quiet though. I know, I hear the delay. That's funny.
Fun. In typical fashion, we are going to recap last
weird.
week. Short and simple. I haven't posted the groups, but they all went 2-0. I went 1-1. I had more faith in the Rams. Call it how it is. So, and because of these games, I thought New England could cover. I was not expecting a giant snowstorm. Otherwise, I would have taken Denver to cover plus 4.5. But I guess Denver snows just as bad as the rest of the Midwest is right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
0-2 against the spread, and then 1-1 on the totals. I took the overs in both games because I thought that would happen. Again, wasn't expecting a giant snowstorm to flood Denver, but that's what happens when you don't check the weather report.
Kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Like
Yeah,
it was like
a bad storm.
you go in from the halftime break and the field is blanketed. Fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was
like,
pretty
I
nuts.
remember the whole talks on Twitter being like, the entire Midwest is being flooded with these snowstorms. But of course, the AFC and NFC championships are both on the West Coast, or the west side of the state, so we're not going to get any. And then Denver's like, last minute, nope, we're going to flood with snow. Why not? Have some fun with it.
Oh, they're in the mountain. That's why it snowed like that.
Yeah. You'd think both teams would be primed for that sort of thing too, but wasn't there like no score after the first half?
Nothing.
Yeah,
And, like,
I think.
3 missed field
No,
goals.
there was one field goal. Wasn't there a field goal, like right at the beginning of the second half?
It was 7-7.
Okay.
It just started snowing, but like barely. Drake May ran for like 30 plus yards on the first drive, and yeah, they got into a field goal range for like a
Yeah, and then the rest of the half they did score. So
35 some yards. Yeah. Then
yeah, that's
Gotta
what
love
happened. Yeah,
Broncos
because the
games.
weather was so bad. Well, because the problem is that when the weather is that bad, like you have to be able to run the ball, and no one could run the ball.
Well, okay.
That was
Yeah.
the problem.
Denver's offense fell flat anyway after the first quarter, but
Yeah.
that snowstorm didn't help them at all. And then New England, I
Yeah.
think they just did the conservative, like we have a lead, let's not fuck this up, because again, it's just whether not many points are going to be scored. Denver couldn't even make a 40-yarder because of how bad the snow and wind was.
Yeah, it was bad. The wind was really bad. That was what the problem was
Yep. So
as
that
well.
brings my playoff totals and records to 9-3 straight up, 8-4 against the spread, and a dreadful 4-8 on the totals.
Oof.
Happens.
What's mine looking like?
I didn't actually do yours, not gonna lie. So
Why do you hate me?
I forgot
Well,
to actually.
that means she
And to be
didn't
fair-
do any of ours.
Yeah, I'm just keeping track of the shit I have
You
on my
specifically.
notebook. Yeah, I just have my notebook. But yep, that brings us to where we are. And my favorite thing I like to do is, I don't know if it's a favorite thing, I just do it because of duh. Now that we're here, time to recap the journey. 2 teams with little expectations, but here they are. Let's start with the New England side since we've been talking about it. New England comes off a 4-13 record, could have had the first overall pick, but Joe Milton and crew decided to beat that Buffalo team, and it dropped them to the 4. But what do you know? Everyone's always going to be quarterback hungry. Or, I'm trying to remember the rest of the draft class. I actually don't remember off the top of my head. But the best offensive tackle still fell to them at the 4th spot. So they take Will Campbell. And then they made a
And his
billion...
T-Rex arms.
And then they made a billion free agent moves. Carlton David, Milton Williams, Stephon Diggs, Morgan Moses. They spent money during the offseason. Got rid of Gerard Mayo after 1 year, after nobody believed in him, so...
Never should have been fired in the first place.
Exactly. And brought in Mike Vrabel, a guy who spent the season prior as, what was it, a defensive consultant?
For my brownies.
Yeah.
Yeah, never should have not had a head coaching position, honestly.
Oh, 100%. And the fact the Browns let him go, and they I don't know. Well, I mean, there was no like spot for him other than that. And the Browns, at least the Browns weren't dumb enough to like. They were smart enough to be like, you know what? No one hired this guy. Let's just bring him on for something. We'll find a job for him. That was smart. But we couldn't keep him because all the other positions were filled. So that's why he went for the head coaching position.
I mean, yeah, when they're throwing you head coaching money, go for it. And what was it? Like I said, New England.
Why not go coach for the team you played for and won Super Bowls with?
Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, Drake May showed plenty of flashes his rookie year, so obviously you want to go grab him. You knew you would be in a position to draft a tackle. You had all this cap space to go out. Absolutely, build that team up. See where you're gonna go. And I mean, let's not say there was minimal expectations. A lot of people I talked to, this group included my other football groups, Chris, Justin, Billy, and all of them. We thought they would be a middle of the pack team. Drake May would step up, take improvements. Mike Vrabel's obviously a better coach than Gerard Mayo. So we fit, 8 wins, 9 wins. Maybe they be sneaky, get a 10th win, and sneak into the 6th or 7th seed in the playoffs.
6-7.
I realized as soon as I said it, I'm like, oh no.
We got to get them clicks.
Oh Lord.
Clip that chat. Clip that.
Clip that. I'm going to hell.
Clip it. Clip it.
Yeah,
clip
we thought
it.
Clip it.
There was a fair share of people thinking, they could be a sneaky playoff team in a relatively wide open AFC. Because, you got your usual 3, or so we thought. And then...
Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs.
Yes.
People thinking if Cincy could stay healthy, Burrow would figure it out because there's no way their defense could be worse than last year's. And somehow they found a way to be worse than last year's.
Yep.
Well, they picked the tumor in the first round, too.
The tumor.
The tumor named Shamar Stewart.
Oh, God. Did he ever end up signing a contract?
He did.
He did. I just don't think he was good.
I don't know. I lost interest in that after he would refuse to sign his contract.
Only the Bengals.
Oh shit! We got
only the Bengals.
News.
You got more breaking.
We got breaking news for our resident Cavaliers fan.
Oh, tell me the trade.
James Harden to the Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a 2nd-round pick.
Wow, that's all they had to give up?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's insane.
How old is Harden now, though?
Like late 30s.
36? I think someone said he's 36. I think that's a great trade.
You get off of Garland and it only cost you an extra second?
I personally, all we had to give up for Garland was we got James Harden, and all we had to give up was him in a pick. Got rid of Garland for a 2nd-round pick. I'll take it.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to how much mileage you can get out of a 36-year-old guard, though.
I mean, if you think about it, though, Harden stayed relatively healthy for most of his career. Any injuries he has been minor ones. He hasn't really, knock on wood, had a major injury. I like the aggressiveness here for the Cavs. They went out and did 2 good trades, in my opinion. Anyway, let's go back to football.
Trade news on the football.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't even watch NBA. I just had to say something.
No, that was. We all knew that trade was coming, though.
There was speculation since last night, so it's not surprising. But
not surprising.
Anyway, back to a lot of people like New England would take that next step, be a middle of the pack team. It'd be tricky because the AFC was kind of tight. Big 3. A lot of people thought both Denver and LA would step up more. You were expecting Houston to do nice things. But in a surprise turn of events, injuries and poor coaching decisions led to teams like Kansas City.
Poor coaching decisions doesn't even really... Oh my gosh, that was such a poorly coached game by Denver.
Let me get there.
I'm just saying, I can't emphasize poor coaching job more than that.
It kind of feels like the theme of the Broncos season, though, where...
Wasn't even going after Denver in my soliloquy.
Oh.
Injuries and questionable coaching decisions led to the fall of both the Ravens and the Chiefs not making the playoffs altogether.
Oh, yeah.
And then Buffalo themselves...
Andy Reid did kind of fumble that season.
And then Buffalo themselves having questionable losses to middling teams, like an Atlanta, like a Miami.
I forgot about that.
Teams that New England did not lose to. So for people who want to bitch about the schedule, why did everyone else lose to these teams? The Rams.
You know who in New England did lose to? Week 1, they lost to the Raiders.
Which I did predict, by the way. You can go back to my Week 1 video. I predicted that. But I also thought the Raiders would be a lot better than they were down.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
I
all
mean,
did.
Geno Smith was like supposed to be interesting, but he just wasn't.
I mean, Geno Smith has always been an average quarterback, but if you put him in the right system, he'll look above average. That's why he survived. That's why he thrived so well in Seattle. But you take him out of that system he was thriving in, and you throw him into a Raiders type system that doesn't have the protection, the weapons, then yeah, he's gonna suck.
Yep. And New England took full advantage of it. And they took full advantage of their other schedule, ignoring the Raiders' Week 1 loss because, it's Week 1 in the new NFL. Week 1 is pretty much another preseason game. That's why you don't take those
True.
games seriously. But, yeah, New England took full advantage. Was gift wrapped to division by the Bills. Took it and ran with it. And yes, that loss to the Raiders is the sole reason why they ended up being the 2 seed and not the 1 over Denver. But that didn't bother them at all. They got to play 2 home playoff games. Got to play against a Chargers team with injured offensive linemen. So, just
We don't have to talk about that one.
resident Chargers fan. So as long
We
as
can skip it.
Oh, we could just mention this. Justin Herbert was fighting for her life, fighting for his life.
for
Excuse
life-
Every-
you bit.
Ooh.
What?
Why?
I'm just saying
don't
he
do
was
my
fighting
boy
for
Herbert
his
like
life
that.
every single down. It wasn't his
I know,
fault.
just the Freudian slip.
Oh yeah,
You-
I don't know. Don't ask. It was Herbert. That's what it was. Justin Herbert was fight, and then the Herbert was
Justin-
still in my brain.
Justin Sherbert.
Justin
Herbert.
Sherbert. No, he was
But
fighting
yeah,
for his life
But
every
yeah, no,
single
you are 1,000,000% right. And if we don't use our first to select an offensive lineman, I think I might just kill myself in Pittsburgh this year.
It's not even that the
in
line
Pittsburgh.
Was
I
bad.
love this specific city.
They were.
Well, yeah, we're
In
going to the
Pittsburgh.
draft.
Oh,
were,
that's
my
right.
bro-
It is in Pittsburgh this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my brother and I are actually going to go see it this year.
Oh wow, that's cool.
But it's not even that they were bad. They were injured. They lost both starting tackles, all pro level tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had they both been healthy,
But still, the
there was a good
NFL
chance
really
they win,
needs
actually.
to do a better job of developing these backup linemen because it's a problem across the league where you have, I just don't know if it's the coaching. They're just not developing these linemen once they come out from the draft because the Browns had the same problem that our backup lineman was killer. So I think really these offensive line coaches really need to do a better job of developing the linemen and coaching them better because there's no excuse with how talented the the pool of players are just in general that we don't have decent backups. And I mean, the offensive lineman is the worst position for backups because you think of any other position and you have halfway decent players, but for
Kansas City
offensive
Super Bowl a few
linemen,
years
they
ago.
stink. Huh?
Kansas
Yeah.
City Super Bowl a few years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like we need the league needs to do a better job of developing these linemen when they're young instead of focusing on the starters because it just goes to show that if you don't develop your player personnel and you don't coach them well, then you're going to have problems like the Chargers had, like the Browns had, or any other, team that had offensive line struggles with backups because injuries can happen at any point to any player. You have to be able to develop your practice squad and your second string to go in, next man up mentality. But you can't have that next man up mentality if you don't develop your players. And I think across the league, there needs to be a shift in how are we going to develop these linemen better so that we can protect the quarterback. Because you even look at teams that have crappy offensive linemen, they're all starters though. So what is the league doing that for whatever reason there's only a handful of teams that have good offensive lines. And that's probably why quarterbacks are getting murdered because they can't develop the talent.
Yeah.
You tell them. You tell them.
Hey, if I knew how to develop them, I'd do it myself. But unfortunately, I do not.
But yep, they get by that. They put on a impressive showing. I know a lot of people are going to shit on Drake May for the fumbles, but I think that team overall put on a phenomenal showing against the Texans. And yes, you can attribute some of that to poor play by Houston, but
Yeah.
I don't think
Houston, the way they played, were lucky to even get to the playoffs.
But you don't throw 3 touchdowns against that defense just because their offense keeps shooting the bed. And
That
you
is
don't
true.
get 5 turnovers just for existing and just for a quarterback playing bad. You have to make the plays still. You don't luck into 4 interceptions. You got to make the plays. They get there, and then we can talk about how maybe they were lucky that in Denver's win over Buffalo, that Bo Nix broke his ankle and was out, so they had to play a backup quarterback. You could point to that, but I mean, as Amanda said before, developing backups, it's a thing that happened. Like, Stidham did not play a bad game.
No,
He led
not at
a
all.
touchdown drive in the first quarter, led another potentially scoring drive that the coach decided not to take, but we don't got to talk about that.
Yeah, I thought the Patriots were going to look a lot more dominant in that game than they did, though.
Oh, don't get me.
Like, snowstorms aside.
I definitely do think Will Cable specifically definitely got his ass beat in these playoffs. But you do gotta realize he is a rookie, and he did just play 3 rounds of Tuipulotu. Wow, I butchered the shit
Yeah,
out of
Tuli
that.
Tuipulotu.
Thank you. Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter, and then Nick Bolio and them. Like, an ass beating's an ass beating, but you gotta take the good with the bad. He's had a pretty good rookie season all year. And I would argue, if anything, he probably deserves Rookie of the Year more than a lot of these other players, but
I do wish offensive linemen got more recognition for awards like that.
Yep.
And a little fun fact pointed out, I don't know if you guys know this, both teams in the Super Bowl, who did they draft in the first round of this last draft? Offensive linemen.
Oh yeah, Seattle got Gray Zabel, was it?
Yep. Focus on your O-line. Your team ain't doing shit until you got an O-line. Or
Agreed.
D-line. Ravens, draft D-line.
If we don't go out and get that that interior offensive lineman from Penn State, I'm going to be very upset.
I want him. I will overpay at the 14 to draft the lineman from Penn State. I don't care.
We will jump you to get him.
I do look forward to this draft.
I will give up our next 2 firsts to jump up to pick 13 and take him.
Our good friend Justin is in the chat. Stidham got served a shit sandwich and somehow turned it into a garden salad. He did what he could. For a backup, that's all you could do. The defense played great. Your offense showed up enough. Your one bad turnover, honestly, which again, backup quarterback dumb turnovers are bound to happen. You're a bad turnover away from winning that game. Bad turnover and a dumb coaching decision. Listen, I don't mind coaches being aggressive. I don't mind players being aggressive. You want points. It's the NFL. Every point, you want to score points. But if you can tell, after the first quarter, once it's like, oh, it's 7-0, it's hard to do anything. It's one busted play and everything else is a pain in the ass to get, a pain in the ass to make. Take points. If you can tell it's going to be a low-scoring bloodbath of a game, take points. Sean Payton not taking that field goal bit him in the ass. Call it what it is. And yes, you can point to other things, but it bit him in the ass in the end. But
yeah, and even then, that only would have tied the game.
Hey, who wanted to have won triple overtime in that snow blizzard hoping to get a score going?
Patriots aren't, unfamiliar with that sort of environment, I still think they would have had the better odds.
I guess we'll never know, huh, Shaw Payton? I guess we'll never know.
Very true.
But with all that aside, New England, despite what people want to say about the schedule, despite what they want to say about circumstances, despite what they want to say about Drake May's performance, Drake May was an MVP candidate for a reason. He did what he needed to do, and New England's moving on. And that's what you do with young quarterbacks. You do what you need to do, and rely on everyone else.
To win the game, you have to win the game.
And that is New England's path and journey to Super Bowl 60. And now we turn to the NFC with Seattle. Seattle's story starts 2 years ago, after Pete Carroll choosing to step down and hiring then Ravens defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald after the Ravens made a impressive run to the AFC Championship game, and even holding down Kansas City to 17 points in that game, but still falling short. And a lot of Ravens fans do like to talk, man, we should have kept Mike. We just came off an AFC Championship game. There was no way in hell John Harbaugh was going to get fired. You don't fire a coach after an AFC Championship appearance. It just doesn't happen. So, yes, I'm bitter. I would have liked him too, but if you look back, you know there's no way that was going to happen. It just wasn't. And that's okay. Not really. I'm crying on the inside. But anyway, they hire him. He does a full year. He looks pretty decent. Seattle looks respectable. But then they decide, you know what? This format, not going to work. So, they boot DK out of town. They boot Geno Smith out of town. And you're thinking, okay, maybe they're just going to rebuild. Nope. They go grab recently disgraced Sam Darnold from Minnesota after his amazing season, but collapsed in Week 18 and then in the playoffs. And a lot of us are looking like, what is Seattle doing? What's the plan? Because the O-line was subjectively worse. The weapons were subjectively worse than Minnesota's. You're thinking to yourself, Seattle's just gambling. They're going on a Hail Mary and hoping something sticks. They even drafted, I think they drafted Jalen Milroe in like the third or fourth round. So like, hey, if the Sam Darnold experiment doesn't work, we got a rookie. We're going to test the waters out and see where it takes us. But what do you know? The waters were very graceful. Sam Darnold repeated his success that he had in Minnesota. Hell, he even made JSN have us talking maybe there's a chance a wide receiver could win MVP. It was never going to happen, but there was talks. Talks that he could break Calvin Johnson's record. Plenty of talks.
Did they announce MVP yet? I forget when that happens.
The award show is this Thursday.
Okay.
So MVP, all the awards, all the Hall of Fame announcements, all that's this Thursday.
Gotcha.
And what do you know? Seattle found themselves in the same exact position Minnesota did last year. One game, on the road, winner gets the division and the 1 seed. Funny how that happens twice in a row, doesn't it? And while I'm not going to say Sam Darnold did better because he didn't really do much in that San Francisco game, the defense definitely cut him some slack this time around. It was able to grind out a nice 13-3 win to clinch the 1 seed for Seattle. So they got the bye. They got to chill. And then they got lucky.
They chilling it up there in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. No snow, no nothing. Maybe a little rain here and there, but that's Pacific Northwest weather for you, baby. Got to chill.
Man, imagine if River was here.
Yes, our poor Seattle fan who probably knows a lot more about the Seahawks and all their offseason, because frankly I don't remember a whole lot. I guess I remember this. During the trade deadline, they traded for Rashid Shaheed. Only cost them like a fifth.
Which was such a shocking trade considering their wide receiver room.
Yeah, you think a receiving core with KSN, Cooper Kupp, Bobo, who's always been reliable as a third or fourth option. Plenty of tight ends.
Yeah, can't have too many weapons, though.
Plenty of tight ends, but like, hey, we'll grab Shaheed.
That offense is loaded with weapons.
He could play as a third receiver or he could do returns. Special teams matters, and boy,
Yeah.
did it matter in the back end of the season and in these playoffs.
Yep.
Seattle's first playoff game in front of the 12s. What does he do? He takes a kick return or kick return all the way to the end zone. First play of the game.
Yeah, that was wild.
Defense gets turned over before this poor Niners team, who, credit to the Niners, with how many injuries they are, it's surprising that this team actually found a way.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they put up a fight too. The fact that they made it to the playoffs was incredible, considering how many injuries they had on that defense, and that defense was still playing really well.
Shout out D Winters. If you go through my old Twitter, I remember wanting D Winters to be on the Ravens. On that magnificent TCU defense back then, but
Is there anyone you don't want on the Ravens?
hey,
Uh,
Deshaun Watson. I don't want him anywhere near this team.
Deshaun Watson doesn't deserve a roster spot on any
Yeah,
team.
Deshaun doesn't count.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster, he annoys me, and he's washed.
Fair enough.
Facts.
I can go more. Eli Apple, remember him?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we had him for a little bit, and I think he did decent in like the 2 or 3 games he played with us, but I don't think he stuck around.
He was so much better early on in his career, and then he just got progressively worse.
Any of Green Bay's corners, because I know Justin was hanging around here. I don't know if he's still here. Any of Green Bay's corners, because they did not look good this year. But yeah, credit to San Fran. But yeah, Seattle in their first playoff game. You're wondering what's going to happen. I even was hesitant. They had them at a 7-point favorite. I'm like, this Niners team, Sam Darnold in the playoffs. And again, Sam didn't have to do much, but he wasn't asked to do much because Seattle blew the doors out before San Fran could even take a sip of coffee or whatever he needed to do. But yeah, Seattle had all momentum. That defense played phenomenally, shut down the Niners in that divisional round to only 6 points. Kenneth Walker ran for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sam was just big chillin'. Comment from Justin.
So
around. Probably unpopular opinion. I still think Milroe is a Seahawks starter in a few seasons. Darnold's a great story, but it feels like a Jordan Love situation.
You know what? I
can see
could
it.
totally see that because, like, I agree. I think Sam Darnold is a great quarterback. I think what he was able to do in Minnesota proved that he's a lot better than what his previous, seasons showed. I think it's great he's found a home in Seattle, but I would have to agree. I think that eventually Jalen Milroe will take over the starting spot. Um, they brought him in to develop and to learn under Darnold. I mean, we'll see. We could be wrong. But I think it's Seattle's case. They're looking for a franchise quarterback, and Darnold's already what? How old is he?
I just looked it up. He's 28.
Yeah, so he's already, used most of his youth.
I'll put it this way: if they win,
wasting away on rosters, with crappy teams. So I'm not saying he doesn't have a lot time left, but if we're looking realistically, at the very minimum, he's got what, maybe 10 more seasons? And that's if he stays healthy. So,
not everyone can be Tom Brady and play till 42.
That's what I'm saying. Not every
True.
quarterback can be Tom Brady and play till their early 40s. So
those who are still playing at 42.
We'll see we'll see going forward. We'll see going forward what Seattle decides to do, with their quarterback situation. I mean, but right now it seems to be if Darnold wants to stay there, he's got a home there for the time being. So we'll see. I'm interested to see how things play out as the seasons go on with Seattle with Darnold, or if they decide to just keep him for a couple seasons and then go to Milroe. But we'll see. It's nice to see Seattle this season being back on, dominating again, because I remember growing up as Seattle was on the rise. It was nice to see, when Pete Carroll was coaching and, with Russell Wilson and, them having their success. So it's nice to see after some down years that Seattle's back on top again.
Yeah. I think all of our teams had really good seasons.
I mean,
Hey, look, Amanda, you found your quarterback of the future. Kat, you fired your head coach.
yeah, we found our quarterback. It only took, Dylan Gabriel getting knocked in the head and being thrust into the
To be fair,
role,
did he actually get
at the
knocked in the
game
head?
that Kat and I went
They
to.
never really
That
clarified
was
what play he got hit. They just benched him after
Yeah, we
for
don't
that.
really know when it happened. They didn't like all of a sudden. It was hilarious. Kat, I don't know if Kat has told this story on stream on any of her videos, but this is the funniest thing ever. So Kat and I were at that game that Shador got put in for the first time, which was so funny because how like it came to be. And Kat, you could add your part of the story. At halftime, I had decided to go walk around to try to get a refill for my drink, but I couldn't find a concession stand that didn't have a ridiculously long line. So by the time I got back to my seat, the second half had already started. I literally walk up to where our seats were just as Shador had gone on the field. So I walk up to this eruption of sound. And Kat turns to me because our seats are right on the aisle. She turns to me and goes, "They just put Shador in." I was like, "What?" I kid you not. I kid you not. The first throw he made was like a 5-yard pass into the flat. Eruption of sound. Like anytime he did any positive play, the crowd went nuts. It was so funny.
Just
Like
Andy
the
for
fact that we were just praising mediocrity because we were so happy Shador was in the game. But it was so funny. So, Kay, you could go ahead and give your perspective.
I dead ass think he only completed like 25% of his passes in that game. But every
Yeah, it was
completion,
bad.
every rush that he gained, that stadium erupted. Like
We love Shador.
I've been to plenty of games. You know, you always get your excitement from like highlights, touchdowns, everything. That might have been the loudest that Cleveland Stadium had ever been in the. This was, I think, my
That was your third game.
third game attending.
Yeah.
When they found out that they gave Shadur the go ahead to start the second half, that stadium erupted. That first completion,
Hmm.
like it was, like 4 or 5, like a check down to the running back. No,
Yeah, it was a check down in the flat to the running back.
that stadium, that not to shit on Browns fans, but they cheered like they just scored the overtime touchdown in the Super
Uh-huh.
Bowl.
That's how desperate we
they
are for a franchise quarterback. I really hope the Browns don't screw this up. But Todd Munkin, at first, I was not very impressed with that hiring. But then, as I've seen some content come out, his comments about, I forgot he was our offensive coordinator not too long ago. And I was like, you know what? He wants to be here. He believes in Shador, and that's what we need as a coach. We need someone who's going to be all in on Shador and develop him. And Todd Monken does have a good track record of developing young QBs in his offenses. So I am, the only thing I'm worried about is that he is, in his 60s, early 60s. So long term, we don't know, we want a coach that's going to be around for a while. However, who knows how long he's going to be coaching still. But I think with who he has brought in, he brought in most of the Ravens offensive staff, which is
Oh
so funny that they didn't follow Harbaugh to New York and they decided to go with Munkin. So that speaks volumes on the respect of him. But if they could do in Cleveland, what they do with the Ravens and Lamar, Shador is a very similar quarterback to Lamar. Lamar's a little bit, not a little bit, is a lot better on his feet and running the ball. But if they could develop Shador into a Lamar
Should
style quarterback, golly, that offense is gonna be hard to stop.
Shadur is
Yep.
definitely as raw as Lamar was when he was first coming out. He's definitely
Agreed.
as raw. Now, if you find the people to develop him, which is another reason why I know we love to shit on him, but Greg Roman's really good at helping developing mobile quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
At least to be able to utilize the dual threat option. Like I said, Roman was there with Kaepernick and the Niners. Roman was there with Lamar. When he got to L.A., Herbert had a 33-3 season. So like there was not that many turnovers.
Yep.
Or 23-3, I think it was.
Something like that, yeah.
The run game was effective. He's great with run games and he's great with dual threats. He could be a better pass developer, but he's great with the run game. When he chooses to use it, sometimes he forgets to run the ball sometimes, but whatever. You guys made me lose track completely where I was. But yeah, Seattle.
You invited us on.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
I'm having fun. Seattle Cruisers.
That was a great laugh.
And then the Rams. The Rams who had always given Darnold fits. Rams who beat Sam Darnold in the playoffs last year when he was in Minnesota. They split the series. Sam Darnold threw 6 picks in the 2 games they played this regular season. So, all eyes were on Sam. Hey, can you do it? You only won the 1 game on that Thursday night because the Rams blew a 16-point fourth quarter lead. Can you do it again? And Sam Darnold, I don't... Like, maybe outside the game against the Commanders on that one Sunday night game, Sam Darnold might have played the best game of his career against the Rams.
True.
He went bar for bar for who the media is probably going to give the MVP to. But he went bar for bar, pound for pound. And I mean, yes, JSN is nice to throw the ball to, but the deep bob to Rashid Shaheed, the timely pass to the Cup, the touchdown to Bobo, he made all the right plays. And
Cup, Cup only had 4 catches for like 30-some yards, but they were crucial catches too. Like, he earned those 4 catches. Sam Darnold is just, he has proven that he could spread the ball around. I mean, obviously JSN is his wide receiver 1, but the way he's able to sling it, I mean, that offense is successful mainly because Sam Darnold's able to run it really well. I mean, like what he did in Minnesota. The reason why Minnesota did so well is because he was able to run the offense so well. And that's why, like, I'm glad that he's having this resurgence in his career, because we all knew that Darnold had a lot of potential coming out of college. We saw what he could do at USC. But, of course, he gets drafted to the Jets. And we all know the Jets is like the worst franchise to get drafted to as a quarterback, because that's where all quarterbacks go to die. It's just the Jets have never been able to develop a young quarterback straight from the draft, ever. Even quarterbacks look what happened to Justin Fields this year. Look what happened to Aaron Rodgers the year before that. I mean, quarterbacks literally go to die in New York.
Yep. And Vegas.
Yeah.
Good luck, Fernando.
I feel awful for Fernando Mendoza. I want, not only because he has to go to Vegas, but I wanted to root for him in the NFL, and now I can't.
I don't know. Well, who did they end up hiring as a head coach in Vegas again?
They're gonna grab Kubiak after the Super Bowl.
That's right, they're grabbing. So I mean,
assuming everything.
I'm optimistic to see what Kubiak could do. I mean, but the problem in Vegas is it's a huge roster issue. That roster needs a desperate overhaul.
They need to trade Max Crosby. I know he's talked about wanting to stay and being a Raider for life. They need to trade Max Crosby.
Yeah. I would have to agree with it. They need to trade him to get some either draft capital, or try to see if they could snag some type of offensive weapon, because it's bad. The roster is so bad in Vegas. It's
Yeah.
one of the worst rosters in the league. Them and the Jets are definitely bottom of the barrel with how bad those rosters are.
Yeah. Their suffering is our gain, but
True.
I'm gonna feel bad seeing Tuli Pelotu sack Mendoza 4 times a game.
I mean, what the Raiders need to do is they need to go back to what made them successful back in the day. They need to have a nasty punch you in the mouth defense and just an average enough offense to put enough points on the board to win games. 'Cause that's the Raiders I remember, you know, that my dad used to tell me about when I was growing up and asking him about, what he remembered about watching TV. And I mean, if you look at old footage of the Raiders back in the 80s, I mean, that's what they did. They punched you in the mouth with their defense and just did just enough on offense to put points on the board. They need to go back to that. They need to go back to that. We're going to punch you in the mouth. We're going to kick you while you're down defense. And
Well,
that's what I love about the Browns. That's what the Browns were doing this year, but unfortunately our offense was just not average enough.
Yeah.
That's the Brown that's the classic defense, that, the Browns, the Raiders, who are some other defensive heavy teams back in the day. I mean, those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head. But that's what these teams that don't have good offenses, they just need to have a good enough offense if they can have a stellar defense.
you guys love talking about teams that are not in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oops.
What do you want us to do when none of our teams are in the
It's
Super
just like a
Bowl?
season
this
recap,
is why
if you
this is
think
why
about it.
Sully needed to be here. Before I move on, I do want to acknowledge another comment from Justin when I said I didn't want any of the Packers corners on the Ravens roster. He says, "Hey now, Keyshawn Nixon is a Pro Bowler. Justin, Shadur Sanders is a Pro Bowler this year. Pro Bowl don't mean shit
Ooh,
to me anymore.
ooh.
Pro Bowl don't mean shit to me anymore.
I mean, facts. I think the only reason he became a Pro Bowler is because everyone else they
Everyone's
asked
injured
turned
and
it
nobody's wanted
down.
to do it.
Yep.
but
Shadur's like, he's having the
Yep.
time of his life. I've seen the
oh,
clips
it's
they've
a media
been
win for them
releasing.
for sure to bring Shadur. It's a media win.
Oh, and
Viewership will go up. Anywho, with that, we are finally here, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl 60 with those ugly ass USA 250 patches on those jerseys to clog them up, make them look like NASCAR shit, ruin the aesthetic. I get that you want to celebrate the United States of America's 250th anniversary. Put that shit on the field. Make it like a field paint. Or
nah. They wanna take those patches and turn them into 101 patch cards. Put them into sports cards. That's what they want to do with those ugly ass patches. They'll have Sam Darnold posing next to, holding the American flag with a eagle soaring over his head with the patch in the card.
So
before we
like, Seahawks win by 27, right?
before we get into those picks, another Justin comment. He says, so if the asking price for Crosby was, say, a first, a second, a day three pick, and a roster player, who do you think is the first to pay that price? Who do you think should
Ooh,
target
that's a
Max
great
Crosby
question.
for a first, a second, some day three pick, and a player?
That feels like it would come from a team that fancies themselves as competitive, but they're not.
This would
Like,
come from a
Like the
team
Chargers.
that's got a lot of draft capital, who's desperate to build up that defensive line. So who do we think in the league is willing to give up a first, a second, and a day three pick and someone on the roster to get Max Crosby to bolster their defensive line?
This honestly
I
sounds like a
mean,
Dallas play. This honestly sounds like a
that's
yeah,
Dallas
exactly who
play.
I was thinking. I
legitimately.
was thinking the exact thing. I think Dallas is the move here because they already gave up Micah
So they
Parsons
got all this draft
because
capital.
right, they got a ton of draft capital. I think if Dallas wants to be considered serious, I think I think that's funny. You're 100% right about wanting to make those patches into sports cards. That's probably why they do. That's why they've been putting all these crazy, wacky ass patches on everything. Basketball jerseys,
I
NFL,
know it's
the
bad.
baseball jerseys. They just want to turn them into sports cards.
Or at the very
At least they're
least,
player worn and not just some random, athletic trainer cloth that they claim is a jersey.
or if you have to put them on the jersey so damn bad, put them on the back. Or
Facts.
find a way to incorporate it into the NFL logo that's like right below
I
like the
agree. But
neckline.
anyway, back to
Yeah.
yeah, I think Dallas.
Dallas 100% they love.
I can't think of any other team more perfect to go after Max Crosby than Dallas.
Yeah, which is extreme. The idea of it is extremely funny to me because it's just like a rebound off of Micah Parsons.
Hmm.
It's gonna probably cost them more than they got for Mike.
Oh yeah, it's going to cost them more to go get Crosby than it was to give up
Or
Parsons.
not
I
even
mean,
that.
they
Not even
gave
that.
up
They'll pay
Parsons for
more.
chunk
Not even
change.
that. I don't think they'll have to cost them more. They'll pay more. Because that's
Yeah,
Dallas. They'll ship off Parsons for, what was it, 2 first? And then bring in another guy who's a little older than him for roughly the
yeah.
same price. Because
Let me
Dallas
We'll
check
see.
the.
sucks.
Let me check the.
We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening in the off season, and as we get closer to the
Oh,
draft,
Max
because
Crosby's actually younger than I thought. He's only 2 years older than Parsons.
yeah, I knew he wasn't that much older than Parsons,
Yeah, I didn't
but
think he was like ancient or anything, but I thought there was a
no.
more of a considerable gap.
I don't know if they.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be interesting if Dallas, as we all know, has been historically non-aggressive in the past few off seasons.
Oh, well.
So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to be aggressive and bolster up that defense because that's what needs the help. That that defense needs some desperate help.
You know what I think the funniest outcome possible would be? If the
What?
position player they give up for Max Crosby is Kenny Clark.
That would be funny.
Oh,
Just like a complete we fucked up.
We fucked up.
God.
How was Kenny Clark this season? I didn't pay much attention to Dallas.
I think he played like the run stuff in the middle was actually relatively good because they got Kenny Clark and then they traded for Quinnen Williams at the trade deadline. So like
That's
they
true.
had a good interior.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think Clark would be bad or anything. It's just considerable
They
downgrade.
definitely fired their defensive coordinator after this year. So
Yeah.
anywho, we've been going at this for over 50 minutes. It's
Oops.
time for the moment we've all been waiting for: the Seahawks and the Patriots. Seattle on the betting line is a 4.5-point favorite, and
Too low.
total is 45.5 points.
I want to
Before
say
we-
I do. Oh, sorry.
Before
Sorry.
we pick, I think I want to hear a reason from both of you why you think both teams have a chance to win. One reason, or
Ooh.
one way how they can win.
I could go first. So I think so. Seattle wins by playing their brand of football. Just using that defense to slow down that Pat's offense, controlling the line of scrimmage, just doing what they know how to do best. And same thing with the offense. If they can just facilitate, the ball to their weapons, they control the time of possession. If they control the pace. If they could control the game, they win the game. What the Patriots have to do is rely on their defense. They have to play lights out on defense in order to beat this Seattle team. I'm talking near perfection because that Seattle offense is so high powered. So basically, Seattle
Salivating.
wins the game by playing their brand of football. Patriots win the game by playing lights out on defense. That's basically
Salivating at JSN versus Christian Gonzalez in this game.
it's going to be
True.
a fun matchup. But yeah, that's where I stand on those two.
But you have to consider that New England only has one Christian Gonzalez, and Seattle has Jake Bobo. So
Never count out Jake Bobo.
Never count him out.
I was looking at the FanDuel stuff because I love looking at FanDuel stuff. I think he's plus money to get any receiving yards in this game. Like, profitable for him to get any yards.
Wow.
So it's like...
They really doubt the Bobo.
I mean, he only averages like a catch a game, but it's like... I feel like this is a perfect time for him to grab a catch. Some out of nowhere catch somewhere late in the second or like late in the third quarter.
Don't be surprised if he catches the touchdown this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, game-winning overtime touchdown by Jake Bobo.
That'd be that. Is that your bold prediction?
Mecole Hardman has gotten a game-winning overtime touchdown. Why can't Jake Bobo?
But
that's not my actual like bold prediction because I don't think this game goes overtime, but it would be very funny.
It'd be very funny. Yeah, Amanda, I'm gonna mostly echo what you said. Seattle, just essentially do what you did against the Rams. Like whatever game plan you had for them, do the same thing.
Agreed.
New England offense is not as strong as LA's, so just play your. I will say New England's defense is better. New England did have a better statistical defense than the Rams this year, and they have a better special teams. The Rams special teams is what bit them in the ass all season. But yeah, New England, play defense. Your defense, well, as much as Drake may carry you in the regular season, your defense carried you in these playoffs. Rely on the defense. You're going to give up a big play here or there. That's what happens in football games. Play your role, do your job. Not to echo the Bill Belichick stand, but do your job. And you'll get a close game through and through. Any comments you want to make, my good friend Isaac?
Yeah, I think Seattle wins by breathing. In all seriousness, I do agree with a lot of the points made. I think Patriots obviously had a chance. They've made it this far. I don't think they can afford a single mistake at this point, just because the competition gap just feels so wide. They played Chargers with their decrepit offensive line. Jarrett Stidham-led Broncos, who were already kind of suspect without their starting quarterback. I feel like Seattle has just had competition where they've been constantly having to ratchet up themselves up a level, and they're just more primed for this game. But
I'd agree with that.
I'd love to be surprised because I do like this Patriots team. I like them a lot more than I did in the Brady Belichick era. Like I said when we were doing our
It's what a Mike Vrabel led team looks like, guys. When he has the weapons.
Yeah, I said I was a Vrabel guy when we did this. Kat, how would you describe the little competition thing we were doing this season with where we all pick teams?
There is an actual name for it, but I don't recall it off the top of my head. We did a draft on all 32 teams and predicting on how well they would do. Points for wins, points for division, and then points for blah, blah, blah. I think someone called it a bingo, but I don't think that's the right word. But yeah, which, to no surprise, which probably is my scoring thing, but it's going to come down to the Super Bowl, who wins it. I did.
Yeah, basically, they're the four of us, including our lovely Subleaf who's not here. We all drafted the 32 teams between the four of us. And Kat came up with a point system for, wins, and then obviously increased the point totals by, how they did in the playoffs. So, me and Subleaf, we both did not do well with predicting who we thought was going to do well. Isn't it going to come down between Isaac and Kat?
No, it's between Isaac and Subleaf, because Subleaf had Seattle.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, I did like ass. That's what it was. It was Subleaf who actually picked pretty well.
I had a perfect Rams and Bills. They were destined for the Super Bowl, and then they both just decided to choke at the worst time.
No, I ended up picking the wrong teams. Yeah, that's what happened. That's right. Subleaf picked the right teams.
Pick her team.
Yeah, and
They
my
got lucky.
second to last pick was New England because I was like, I'm a Vrabel guy. Maybe they'll do something this
I would
year.
have totally if he came back to me. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah. Like you said, we were expecting them to maybe be like middle of the road.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
we
not
were
what
all
happened.
expecting them to be like a 500-ish level team. I mean, no team can finish 500 anymore because it's 17 games. But we
Dumb.
were all we weren't expecting them to do how well they did.
Yeah, I was definitely pleased. Not just because of the competition, but also I'm happy to see Vrabel succeeding right out of the gate as a head coach again.
Agreed. I mean, I can only speak for myself and what I've seen from him, but we all knew he was a decent quarterback. We all knew he was a decent coach in Tennessee. It was just that roster was yes.
I mean, he
Yeah,
guided Ryan Tannehill to an AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I'm saying
yeah,
loosely, obviously, because that was definitely more Derrick Henry than Ryan Tannehill. But
Yep.
coaching is coaching.
Coaching is coaching. No, when Tennessee fired him, that I was like, that is a huge mistake. Because
yep.
the reason why he couldn't put a winning product on the field had nothing to do with his coaching. It had everything to do with the player personnel.
Every team needs a scapegoat, I guess.
Always. And with that, we are at the 1 hour mark. It is time. 4.5 point spread, 45.5 point. Who wins? And what's the final score? Isaac, you go first since you've pretty much alluded to your beliefs already.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't actually think it'll be 27. I think that's a little insane, but I'm gonna say Seattle 28, New England 18.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess I'll give you on paper. Seattle does look like this 4.5 is very justified if we're going roster for roster. MVP prediction, go.
Jake Bobo.
We ball. I love it.
We ball.
Amanda, you are next. Who wins?
Okay,
Final score
so
and an MVP.
I also am gonna go with Seattle. I think it's definitely gonna be like Isaac picked. It's gonna be within 10 to 14 points. I am going to. I'm horrible at predicting scores.
He very much is.
I am also going to go 28 to 17. I'm not trying to copy you, Isaac. I'm just
You
trying
both.
to. I just.
You guys
I
are
just
fun.
think they could put. No. Do
No.
20. Do
What makes it?
28 to 20. Actually, do 28 to 20.
Well,
That's my
you
You
took
prediction.
can
away.
copy my homework. Just change it a little so it doesn't look
You
like you
took away
copied.
my joke because 28 to 18 would be 46 total. 20 to 17 would be 45. The total's at 45 and a half. So you guys or over and under.
Wow.
You
Oh,
took my joke.
well, sorry. No, I changed my mind. I'm doing 28-20. Final score.
They both like Seattle. They both like the cover, and they both like the over. I will not lie to you guys. I struggled. I was. I went back and forth. I do. I do believe Seattle head to toe is the better team. But what I've learned through these playoffs is time and time again, you don't count out to not count out certain players. Don't count out Sam Darnold just because in the past he's been bad. Don't count out New England because of all these turnovers that Drake may have. It's his first playoff run. Bad things are gonna happen, but great defense, great coaching, anything's possible. But I have made my decision. By a final score of 23-20. Show it on stream. I am taking New England to win this game.
Whoa!
I'm going Patriots.
Bold prediction. Don't even need to ask for it. That's Catherine's bold prediction. Is the Patriots are winning the Super Bowl with Mike Vrabel. He's going to become the first coach to ever win a Super Bowl as a player and a coach.
As much as I love
Would he be
Seattle,
the first?
Yeah, isn't he?
I believe so. As much as I
Wow.
love
Oh no, for
Seattle,
the same team. For the same team, I mean.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
okay,
gonna
okay,
become the
okay.
first. He's gonna, if he wins, he will become the first player to win a Super Bowl for the same team as a player and a coach.
Okay, okay.
I believe.
I
I
was
believe
gonna
he's
say
gonna become the
if he
first.
was
I
the
think
first,
that's what it is.
that makes more sense than what I thought you meant at first.
Yeah, sorry. No, he's gonna become the. I believe I saw it somewhere. I forgot.
From the 70s and 80s who's done it first, just in general. But as much as I
You're
love the
good.
Seattle defense, I also really love this New England defense.
Yeah, they're a fun defense,
This New
but they
England
got to play
defense
lights out.
Is also the best defense Seattle's going to face in this postseason.
I'd have to agree with that as well. But they got to play perfect against that Seattle
I
offense.
don't remember Niners yards and shit off the top of my head, but the Rams were middle of the pack. New England finished the year 8th in yards and still top 7 or 8 in points. And New England.
But yeah.
England's road. They played LA. They were I want to say the 5th best defense. They played Houston. They were the best defense statistically. They played Denver. They were the 2nd best. Seattle finished the year as the 8th best defense. So, from a technical standpoint, this is the easiest defense they'll have played. And they've survived. They have survived. They've gotten murdered, but they survived. And you can even go back to the Cleveland game all the way here and go, yeah, Myles Garrett got 5 sacks. They still won by 20.
Yep.
This New England team is real.
Yep.
And they've survived. I'm imagining a very similar game to the Rams-Bengals one a couple years ago. It's going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be defense on defense.
Yep.
And when
I will say,
don't expect multiple turnovers on both teams.
Oh,
true.
Yeah, I mean,
I will say I am extremely happy to have a Super Bowl finally where I can just watch the game and not be actively rooting against another team.
Oh yeah.
There's no haterade.
Because that hasn't happened the past couple years.
Oh, for sure. I'm just glad to watch a Super Bowl and be able to say that we have two really good competitive teams all around both sides of the ball. Two great offenses, two great defenses, very well coached, disciplined teams.
I mean,
it's going to be a fun game.
There are plenty of storylines in this game. MVP candidate versus best turnaround story probably in recent years. Mm-hmm. 2 head coaches, first or second year coaches, who are phenomenal defensive minded coaches. Teams that both pick linemen in the first round, and I think that matters. Don't look at logos. These are whole new teams with a lot of great players. Like I said, salivating at JSN versus Gonzalez. I am looking forward to that more than anything.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, Jake Bobo.
These defenses, Seattle's front with Byron Murphy and I forget the other guy's name. Gonna eat doing the series. Same with New England. They got Milton Williams and all these other guys gonna eat up Seattle. I'm expecting sacks, forced fumbles, bad snaps, the whole shebang. This is gonna be an ugly game, but I'm gonna love every minute of it. I'm excited.
Same. I'm excited too. I think this is gonna be great. Also, Bad Bunny halftime show. Let's fucking go.
Yep. I need to start listening to Bad Bunny.
I don't know much about him, but he clean sweeps at the Grammys. Well, not clean sweep, but he sold it the Grammys. So clearly he's very popular. Clearly he's doing something good. I'm for it.
I fuck with him heavy.
Also, I know Amanda said I shouldn't give a bold prediction, but I did write one down in my notebook anyway.
I have a bold
Cool.
prediction. You asked me to prepare one, and I did.
I did. I have to come up with yours while we're saying ours. I'll go.
Okay.
Last year, Jalen Hurts set a record for rushing yards by a QB with, I believe, 72. I'm predicting Drake May breaks that record. He will
Oh,
break
good
the rushing
prediction.
record for a quarterback in a Super Bowl. He
All
in
right.
his playoff game against the Chargers and the Broncos, he got over 60. He got over 60 against both. I don't.
It's quite possible. It is very possible that prediction will come true.
He is not afraid.
He might even get 67.
I'm
Yeah,
throwing it around.
6-7.
6-7.
That is my
Doing the hand gesture. You can't see me do it, but I'm doing it anyways.
I'm in the room with her. I believe her.
Got it. Isaac's in my basement. You didn't know, Catherine. Surprise. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Isaac. We surprised Catherine for Isaac's birthday.
Crazy.
All right, you ready for my bold prediction?
Go for it. I'm ready.
So, my bold prediction is that the Super Bowl MVP will not go to one of the quarterbacks.
I'm begging.
That's my prediction.
Oh, yeah,
I don't, if you want me to elaborate, I can, but that I don't know. There's not much else to say besides that.
Would be my MVP.
I could easily see JSN getting the MVP for Seattle, and I mean Drake May could run away with it, but I could see someone else getting it for the Patriots. But that's my bold prediction.
Yeah, in a close turnover-heavy game that we're anticipating, I feel
We
like
could see a defensive player win the MVP this year.
yeah, especially
That's
if it ends up being the Patriots.
Right. That's why I made that bold prediction, because I could easily see a defensive player for the Patriots winning winning the Super Bowl MVP, but I could see someone on the Seattle offense that's not Sam Darnold win it for Seattle. So, but that's my prediction. I predict a non QB winning Super Bowl MVP for either team.
Well, I forgot to give my pick, so I'll piggyback on it. You know what? I like this defense, so give me Robert Spillane as the Super Bowl MVP.
Robert
Ooh,
Spillane, that man deserves Super Bowl MVP if he balls out. That dude's a baller. He was on my fantasy team for our keeper league.
You know,
He did well for me.
What do you got? I'm ready for it.
I think I have my bold prediction.
Go for it.
Multiple special teams touchdowns.
Oh, I like that bold prediction.
Shahid is
It could be
and Marcus Jones. They're both.
I could see a blocked punt for a touchdown. I could see.
Here's the thing: it could be a kickoff return, it could be a punt return, it could be a muff punt, fumble, anything.
Right.
I just think on special teams plays, block field goal. Who knows?
We should put money on it. Whose bold prediction will come true? And if none of ours comes true, then we just donate the pool money to a charity.
Could be fun.
$5 on it. Go.
I'm down.
I think May's total for rushing is like in the 30s. So I mean,
yeah. Well, then
I think if none of us give it right, we donate it to at Bridgewater's finest.
Oh yeah. Donate to the.
For the new baby.
The new wrong person. That's Chris. That's not Justin.
Oh, damn it. I got the wrong person.
That you know of.
That we know of.
Justin, you're not having a baby from us, are you?
That's right. I forgot. I mixed up the usernames.
Silly Amanda.
We have Bridgewater's finest talking to two people at Bridgewater.
At night?
Yeah, no, our street name is called Bridgewater. Now we'll just give it to him.
I'm one step closer to knowing Kat's address.
I mean, all you have to do is DM me. I can tell you the address.
So thanks for plopping the address on the live stream. Whatever, we ball.
I said the street name. I did not say the city. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, you literally brought me here against my will and didn't even tell me the address.
Yep. Isaac's currently hiding in one of the closets.
All right.
I'm never
Anything else
coming out.
anyone would like to add?
Yes, I have one thing to add. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Roo, roo.
Notice the complete lack of applause.
No, that's okay. That I said the whole phrase. That's all I needed to
I will
say.
never forgive Zach Orr for giving us a non-existent pass rush, and then we trade Odafe away to LA, and he gets like 8 sacks in like 9 games.
Rumor is that we might franchise tag him, and I hope we do.
Zach Orr, please never return. Thank you for your time as a player. Don't come back as a coach.
Let
Alright.
us keep Odafe away. I would be
I do like Gilman.
thrilled.
Gilman let Kyle go back to being all over the field, Kyle. So I do appreciate Gilman.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how that ended up being a win-win deal.
Oh yeah.
I think you'll get a
Alright.
couple good years out of Gilman still.
Facts.
And that is the Super Bowl 60 prediction from all 3 of us. And for those who weren't here at the beginning, I am going to report now that this has been my final season doing week-to-week video predictions. 10 years full of fun, full of excitement. I always love talking football. I'm not going to say this is the end of football content. I'm sure I'll probably do like weekly, or not weekly, but like award things, preseason predictions, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure I'll do something. But as far as
Maybe it'll be a monthly instead of a weekly.
Bi-weekly.
But as far as
Bi-weekly. Once
Twice
a month.
a week.
I'm gonna just keep it up. I don't have
24/7
the
stream.
But thank you all the football. People like Justin, Chris, Billy, Gio, discovering them in 2016 is what inspired me to make weekly predictions. And while I definitely had fun, I am, if nothing else, I am glad to have met all these wonderful people and befriend them for 10 years now. That's the biggest takeaway more than anything from that. And I'm thankful. And I'm thankful that I got to do this. And again, there'll be more football, but I take pride in in what I've accomplished and what I've done. And hey, we've had good years. It sucks to
As you should. You should be proud of yourself.
Yes.
Definitely one of my worst seasons predicting this year, but you take the good with the bad.
It's because you don't listen to me, that's why.
That is true. That is true. Even though I'm pretty sure I finished a better record than you.
Did you just admit it?
But, yeah. Then again, there'll still be other stuff with this channel. I got shit posts and games to do eventually. If I stop being lazy and edit them.
Yeah, we got Fangans
So
to talk about.
So what I'm hearing is I could start bullying you more. Got it.
Why not?
You could always bully her.
I always do, but this is giving me permission to bully her more.
True.
Justin, I see you in the chat. Love having you around. Always good to see you. Thank you for jumping in. I saw this number spike between like 3 to 7 to 8 people here at one point. So anyone who joined at any point, I see you. I love you. Thank you for being here for the stream. I'm glad I did it at a normal time and not 2 in the morning where no one's
Peace,
watching.
love, and trust.
Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, enjoy Super Bowl 60. Don't let the haters distract you with logos. This is going to be a fun game, and there are plenty of players to root for. Except Stephon Diggs. Fuck that guy.
True.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Amanda doesn't have any social media, so no point in following her.
I do. I just don't have social media for content purposes.
I guess subscribe to Isaac's channel.
You can follow my sports card channel at Azambodi Sports Cards on Instagram and whatnot.
Give support, give love, the whole shebang. You know the drill, as always. Follow me on the Twitter, Canadian Cat CP, Instagram, Blind Canadian Cat. My Tumblr exists, even though I'm barely on it.
You should exist more on Tumblr.
Oh wait, Amanda, did we follow each other on Tumblr?
Probably not.
Hold up.
Just copy the link into the chat or into our DM, and I'll follow you from there.
And with that, thank you all, and I shall see you next time.
Love you, Cat.
Peace, accept love, and have big trust.
Always big trust.
Good night, Internet.